You know, the most important thing is to train yourself to bring your attention and your energy inside yourself and begin to connect in yourself to a very much deeper place. Everybody, you know, I mean, a terrible thing about being young is we have all this energy and all these hormones, and they're, you know, percolating so much that, and we have all of this familial, social, cultural pressure to get out and do something. And, you know, that creates a whole set of expectations for us and in us that, you know, really does put us on a treadmill and keeps us in motion, keeps our energy outside ourselves, and keeps us in motion in ways that never do anything except continuously dissipate our energy and create, you know, ever-increasing overhead and complexity that, you know, eventually buries us. You have to train yourself to make contact with yourself, to make contact with these energy centers that are the residents of the different dimensions of your own personal power, your personal constitutional power, your emotional and intellectual power, and most importantly, your spiritual power. And holding that, you will train yourself to allow that power to work for you, to allow that connection to flow in you and reveal from within yourself completely unimagined pathways, you know, that represent a transformation in our own consciousness and an expansion of our creative capacity. There are pathways within us to every place we need to go that we're just not aware of. And it's, you know, only when we start really making contact in a deeper place in us that those pathways can become a part of our awareness and really show us the way in our lives. And this takes training, it takes practice, it takes work. It's, you know, not always inspiring. It's sometimes, you know, a lot of it is drudgery, but it is wonderful drudgery that has the effect of totally transforming our state, our physical state, our mental, emotional state, our state of being. Most people, especially in our culture, are so busy trying not to have the life they were given. We don't want the life we were given. We want something else. We want a better life. We want a different life. You know, the thing is, all you've got and all you're ever gonna have is the life you were given. And when you start to make contact, first of all, you have to accept the life you were given. It's full of tensions, it's full of constrictions, you know. Like everybody else's life, it's crazy. But when you can make contact with that life, you know, and this is a connection that is beyond your mind and beyond your emotions and beyond what you think you want and beyond what you think you need. If you can make contact with that life, which is beyond your mind and all your agendas, and hold that connection, focus on that, you know, and allow it to start to breathe. Then the life you have suddenly starts to come alive, and it reveals itself to be a life that is very different in form and substance than the life you thought you were living. It's sort of like, everybody's life comes to them in the form of a seed. And we look at the seed, we say, I don't want this seed. It's like the wrong color, it's the wrong taste, it's the wrong shape. I don't like it. I don't want it. And of course, in our social interactions, we're getting plenty of negative feedback, so we're getting justification for why we don't like it. But if we plant that, if we start to nurture and nourish that seed, which is our heart of hearts, then it starts to become soft and expand, and it comes alive and expresses itself, maybe as a giant oak tree. It expresses itself as not different than the tree of life itself. So try to lift yourself beyond your tensions and negativities and beyond your agendas and your struggles for them, to at least every day take some time to make contact with your heart and, in your inner heart, and allow, start to nourish that seed within yourself and allow it to start to breathe and come alive. And you'll find that in a year from now, the life you have is not the life you imagined you had. It will be refined and richer and bigger in every way. That effort doesn't start by going out and doing something. It starts by going in and doing something. You don't have to change that. You have to change this. And it's not rocket science, it just takes work. It's not even hard work, it's just regular, persistent work that it actually becomes very delicious. When you are making contact with the sweetness in you and feeling the joy and the bliss moving in you, what else do you want in life? Letting your energy just be out in front of you all the time, is a pathway to nowhere. Bringing your energy inside and opening your heart and opening your mind and finding the flow of your own creative energy from within yourself and bringing that to the deepest place you can will awaken in you a life that it's impossible to imagine. It is an unimaginable possibility. And that is very beautiful. And that I wish for all of you. Namaste.